Today, we're talking about some of our best or favorite drunken stories that we've had, some other random things, and we got an extended chin scratchers today. Hello and welcome to Beer League Benchwarmers, the podcast about our random thoughts, where we said, hey, why not? Let's record it. Whole gang's here. Welcome, everybody.
We got Jazz Hands Kyle.
Jazz Hands Kyle.
I like Jazz Hands. I got a new shirt for my birthday, so I'm showing it off.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it will be Kyle's birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday in
Tomorrow.
3 hours and 47 minutes.
Good job, Kyle.
I was born. I did that.
You did that.
Yep.
Not everybody can say that.
I think everybody can, actually.
That's a touchy subject in today's world.
I think that's the one thing everyone can agree on is they were born.
I don't feel like getting into that. But anyway.
Me either. Not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Nope.
I wasn't born. I just came into
dick.
existence. So... yeah.
You guys ever like wiped your ass after like a really wet shit and thought to yourself while you're wiping it, like, man, this is like the perfect time for me to finger my own ass because of how like lubed up it is with your shit?
No.
Really wouldn't really work. I mean, it's not really lubricanty. Even
It's
though
pretty
it's
slippery.
even though it's wet, it's gonna get all weird, and because it's not a lubricant, it's just a wet moisture.
Yeah, it would be like a one poke thing, but
Yeah, no, I've never thought of
pulling
doing
it out
that.
would hurt.
No.
I mean, all of it probably would hurt. But that would hurt the most, I guess. That's what you put it.
Gotta have your muscles
Kyle, you got a
ready.
bidet. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. It's a poor kid's problem.
Only rich
Speaking of
kids have
bidets, I told my
bidets.
parents that they need to get one because my dad Monday or Tuesday is going in to have hand surgery. And he's like, I don't know how I'm going to wipe. Like, you could just get a bidet.
There you go.
It's got like carpal tunnel and shit.
Yeah, he's got to have wrist surgery.
Is it on both or just one?
Just the one. But you ever
Or-
tried wiping your ass with the non-dominant hand?
I have.
Of course you have.
I haven't. I lean in one way only because I'm a leaner.
You got calluses built up so you can lean more effectively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
good.
have most of my stains is on my one side of my butt cheek from leaning.
Okay.
My
You
upper
told-
thighs and my lower cheeks are permanently stained from my
Your
child
toilet seat's
using
gonna wear down
toilet
faster
seat.
on that side too.
I have broke a toilet seat, so that is something on my list.
I have done that too.
I have used 3 different vacuums to the point where they have gone up in flames, and I have broke a toilet seat. So
I broke the toilet seat at our old apartment, Jake. When
there you go.
my girl and I were living there, I was sitting on the toilet and I went to go shift to do something or like I don't remember what. And
To
all of a sudden
lean, to poop, to wipe. Oh, wait,
it's-
you're in between there.
it snapped.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
to-
well, I was leaning while trying to wipe, and I almost fell over trying to wipe my shit. So
but
I'm
mine didn't
explaining
snap.
that to the fucking ER.
Mine didn't snap like off like the toilet. The whole seat snapped in half.
Holy crap.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Well,
like
I had one of the back pins break.
Oh no, yeah, the one like the ring, the one left side of the ring broke, and I didn't buy a new one in time or at the time yet. Or
Oh.
so what I did, it was just duct taped over it because if you sat on it, it pinched your ass.
Oh man.
What did you do? Hover over it to poop?
No, we put
You
duct tape
sat.
down.
You sat on the duct tape.
Yeah,
Poop. That seems very uncomfortable.
That
it's
was
better than a pinched ass.
I thoroughly enjoy pooping, and that seemed like that'd be a fucking Debbie Downer.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah,
much.
it was sealed up tight. It was like
You
it
get
was
like
just
the
one piece.
splatter on the duct tape too, so like when you're
You can rinse it off. Ugh.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's a lot.
That'd be underneath. I don't care what's going on underneath the toilet seat.
I do when I'm standing up to pee when you have that lifted.
That's why I sit to pee too. Fuck it.
I mean, I
Ah,
do that in the morning, but that's because I don't
But-
feel like rustling with it.
the
after
dust
my
it under the
fun
rug and
dreams.
forget about it approach. Just
Yeah.
put everything just where you can't see it, and it's fine. That
Can't hear
works.
you, Ricky.
We're having technical difficulties. A
You're
little
muted, Ricky.
Bravo.
bit. Hey, bravo, bravo.
It's the second time you have been muted. And
think-
I'm getting so frustrated with it. I don't know why I can't talk. Well, how about you unmute yourself?
I think you're going through your microphone on your PC again, by the way.
I am because it gave me the notification saying
All
that
right.
this current mic is.
That's
You're
fine
fine.
then.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of an issue.
Okay. Cool. Oh, man.
All right.
But
What
yeah,
do we
of
want to
course-
start with?
Oh, never.
Oh,
yeah.
pooping still? We can start
I was just
pooping.
gonna
I
say,
poop
we-
an average of about 7 times a day.
You
Nice.
should see a doctor.
My
No.
son went a whole week without pooping.
That's awful. I hate going.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
2
did
days
finally
without
do
pooping.
it, and it was literally the size of a softball. It wasn't like cone or cylindrical. It was a full ball that came out. And all I can think about was Ricky explaining how many raccoons could fit up an asshole.
Oh, my
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
that thing
2.5.
probably stretched out so far that a raccoon could
that's-
easily get up there.
That's painful as hell too.
Yeah. Oh, he was crying.
Oh
I'm sure.
man.
Mhm.
That's what you
Yeah,
get
I'm
for
gonna
holding
clip
your
this
shit in.
like section of our show and play it at his graduation. That way, his
Hap-
pooping story when he was 4 years
Congratulations.
old is going to be all over the World Wide Web if people still call it that thing.
Yeah. The interweb.
The interweb.
But yeah, I was gonna say, of course I can brush lefty. We were just talking about this. I try to be at least 75% efficient with my left hand as I am with my right hand for a bunch of things. Like sometimes I'll brush my teeth with my left hand. You can extrapolate that how you will.
You jerk off with your left hand?
You can extrapolate that how you will.
That's a yes.
I've done it once, and I was so impressed with myself. Like I almost just like ran out and was like, "Hey guys!" And I don't even remember if it was like when I was living with Sean or if I was living with my parents, but I wanted to tell the world.
I need to tell somebody.
Yes.
Somebody has to know. The people have to know. That's
Do you
great.
save certain points for your left-handed jerking, or you just like today's going to be a left-handed jerk?
No.
Oh man.
There's only a
That's
few
funny.
porns that like I actually go back to. I like to change it up still.
Yeah, same.
But like I there's probably 5 or 6 or so like that I find myself going to where it's like, all right, like I just need to
I know this will
release
work.
this quickly. Yeah, right. I know it's gonna be done.
Oh my.
Nothing else is working, so let me just go to this one. What's the weirdest porn you guys have jerked off to? Like just
I'm
story wise.
insane.
Story-wise?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There were 8 Spider-Men and they were all fighting. No, I'm joking. I have no clue.
I don't know. I mean, they're all pretty much the basic story that you.
Terrible alien porn. Like a
Huh?
like real bad alien porn.
I was gonna say there was a Jurassic Park one that I did. But the chick was hot. Like she is fucking smoking. But like afterwards, you have that fucking you always, no matter what, you always have that wave of guilt afterwards. You're like, oh. Like during it, you're like, oh, maybe I should see if the woman wants to get in on or something like that. And then afterwards, you have that like wave of guilt. You're like, ugh, I can't believe I just did that. Ugh, I just can't believe I did that while thinking of her. Like that's bad on her.
Oh man.
Especially when there's like a woman dressed up as a dinosaur and she's getting fucked in the ass. Like, it's weird.
Oh man. What do I
do?
I heard just recently that T-Rexes might have had wings like ostriches.
What?
Like their arms.
I don't like that. For one, that
Their
changes the whole porno. But for two, like
They wouldn't fly.
No, they wouldn't fly, but they could use.
it was the whole, I got little arms, and then this hot bitch walked up like, I'll take care of it, man. And I don't think that's how it went. Actually, I don't remember the ending or the beginning.
Well, you probably didn't watch the ending.
You never watch the beginning.
The beginning. Skip
They just
30
skip over it.
seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not more, sometimes more than 10
Oh, now it's so nice.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I'm not gonna say the names of the sites, but like
It gives
they
you
have like little
sections.
bars,
Yes.
and you're like, all right, like this is a higher bar. There's something happening there. So
Oh yeah. Not only that, it
What?
gives you like where the sounds are, where it's louder. But there's like on some of them now, it'll actually have like on a line at the where the play
Yeah,
line
yeah.
is at the bottom. It'll be like, this is something that happens here, and then here's something that happens here, and then here's
Like
something that
chapters.
happens here.
yeah,
can
chapter,
do
right,
that-
right,
you can
right,
do
right.
that on
Bookmarks,
YouTube.
pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that on YouTube too.
Mhm.
So if we wanted to branch out. No.
well, like how on YouTube
Do the
it'll tell you
porn.
when an ad's coming. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah. Same thing with Facebook. They have that little yellow dot.
Mhm.
I always just go right past it, and then I don't have to watch it anymore.
Oh, aren't you sneaky? I just use an ad blocker.
I can't stand when I'm watching a video or like I was
I mean,
watching
I
a
don't
concert.
use ad blockers. What? Sorry. What were you saying, Sean?
I said I hate like when I'm watching like a concert or something on YouTube, and in the middle of the song, the fucking ad pops up.
Dude, that's happened. All right, like it's no, no hidden thing that I love the Arkells. They just performed this year at the Grey Cup, the Canadian Football League Championship. There is a part in one of their songs that they have an ad, and it just ruins it. Like it's a good song too, obviously, but like it's just like why? Or I just watched a concert, and there was ads throughout all of it. Like there was like 7 ads.
Oh,
It was so annoying, but it was an amazing concert. Like it was one of the best concerts. Like these guys aren't like my top 5 of all time, but I would still love to go see them over most of the people in my top 5.
Who's
Just because
that?
the concert, AJR,
Oh hell yeah! I bet you
their
they put on a good show.
concert performancing looked fucking unreal. Like it looked like the best experience I could ever see at a concert.
Cool.
It was awesome.
oh, AJR.
You know AJ.
I bet you if you heard some of their songs, you would know it.
I'm just
Color
gonna look
of
up
You
their
with
single.
Rivers Cuomo.
They have that one song that starts out with SpongeBob. It goes, I'm ready.
They have another one that
Woo!
they have another song that I always get to hear the lyric, and I always think they're saying something else. Where he says in the beginning, "Used to keep it cool," and it sounds like "You sticky pickle."
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I
They
know
also
that.
they got one
Used to
song
keep
that's
it
like
cool.
huge into TikTok right now.
Okay. Yeah, I know a little about them. Yeah, they're.
I like the song that they do with Rivers Cuomo.
They have a lot of really good songs.
favorite color is you.
That was in this concert. It was really good. They have a
All
lot
right.
of good songs. Sober Up.
Yes, that's the song.
You should-
Sober Up.
Yep. You should
I don't know.
listen. They have a lot of really good songs. 100 Bad Days.
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely good
listen.
band.
They're a very good band. They're not top 5, I don't think, but for me, but they're a very good band.
They're enjoyable.
Yes, and their concert, like if you could watch concert, the stuff that
Even though
they're
there's
doing,
tons of
like the
ads.
interactions that they were doing. Yes, there's. Well, if you have an ad blocker
No.
or YouTube Premium,
Oh yeah, there you go.
You should watch it. The stuff that they were doing within the show, like outside of obviously the singing and the music part, but like the stuff that they're doing with the stage and stuff was really cool.
That's neat. I might check it
Yeah.
out. This is
should.
probably not interesting to you guys, but I've been trying
It's
to do
not.
this. Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've been doing this thing at work, where I just have a video on that's like moderately interesting, not too interesting because I want to be able to work and to ignore the video. But I like to just have something on that, like if I get distracted, I can just watch a video for a couple minutes rather than go on Reddit or something. Because that's happened to me too much in the past where I'm like, I'm working, I need a little break, and then I get stuck on Reddit for like a half hour. So I'll throw on something like
I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
I can't wear headphones. I don't have
Oh,
a
that
speaker.
sucks.
It's on my Amazon cart. I just need to purchase it. A speaker. But
Okay, you
yeah,
can use-
no, it works.
you can use a
And if I'm
speaker.
not, and for the most
Ugh.
part, it's all you're hearing is what we hear when Sean hops on
Oh,
our
yeah.
party. It's just mechanical noises and alarms and all that shit. Well, for me, it would be a lot of mechanical machines running, and then my partner in my work area just bitching about everything.
Okay.
Or
Well,
yelling
then
random
he can
things.
be your. He
Yes,
can be
or
your,
random tons of random things. Hey,
Okay.
donkey! Hey, Shrek! Like that's just he says that all the time. That's his newest, one of his new things.
All right.
Or he'll sing the Monday Night Football theme song, and then that gets stuck in my head. Super.
Well, he can be your moderately interesting video. That you can
Yeah.
ignore most of the time, but then if you
He's something. Anywho,
you guys drink alcohol, Sean, you had a intro prepped.
I didn't, but
Okay. You guys drink
Sean,
alcohol?
that's a nice shirt you have. What is it
Yeah.
for?
Oh,
it's our segue into our first topic, which is about our favorite or most memorable drunken stories. I'm sure we all have a few to share.
Mhm.
I know I do.
got a couple.
Some that involve me and some that don't.
Oh, ooh, interesting.
Who would like to go
Who wants to
first?
start? I'll start with the story. I was carried out of a bar by Rick. He literally bear hugged me and grabbed me and said, "We're leaving." And
I
picked
remember
me
that
up.
night.
and I got carried out.
Were you?
And
being
it was perfectly
rambunctious?
fine until some dude's fucking girlfriend got involved.
Yep.
Oh my
All it
God.
was, this guy was talking at the bar about the Bills.
Mhm.
And then obviously I was drunk, and it's sports talk, and I like to talk sports.
So, okay, sorry.
I pipe in, and then the girl's just like, "What the fuck you talking? We're not even fucking talking to you." And she started motherfucking me. And I don't even think I said anything to her. I don't know if I did. I think I pretty much just ignored her. I had the blinder onto her, and I did. And then Ricky's just like, "All right, Rick, we're going before things got escalated any further."
Yeah, you, her man, and the bartender were just talking bills,
Yeah.
and she was for some reason very unhappy that you just got involved.
You chimed in. Yeah. I remember
I
that.
No, but
I remember the guy. I remember the guy.
I remember
Nobody
Stevie
acknowledged
Johnson
her.
was brought up.
Yeah, Stevie, you said that he's a great slot receiver or post receiver, but that's it.
That's the thing she took offense to.
Yeah, that must have been it. She knows Stevie Johnson.
Mhm.
Hey, he
That's-
probably laid some pipe on her too.
Maybe. I don't remember what she looked like. I don't remember. I know the bar. I know what the conversation was about. And I know Ricky said, "That's enough. We're out of here." And just bear hugged me, picked me up, and all. Like I just remember, I was perfectly fine.
Because I remember you guys were close to the door of the bar by the
We were
popcorn-
leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by
I
the
was
popcorn
I was
machine.
outside,
Yeah,
and then a
I
guy
was-
that we were there with was like, "Ricky, go get Jake." Alright.
because I was
Oh.
inside still paying my tab, and I was on the other side of the bar where the bar area was open enough for me to get there. The two individuals were at like the bottom of the horseshoe, and Jake was like right there, and he started chiming in, and you were talking across the girl to the guy, and she was
Yeah, I
not
didn't give a
having it.
fuck about her.
Yeah, was not having it.
Yeah, I thought like me and him were. I remember correctly. I thought me and him were having a pretty civil conversation.
Yeah, there was no
You know, it was
anger in
sports talk.
Yeah,
It was just sports talk, whatever.
I was.
But then I felt like she just took it. She went from 10 to 11. And I think Ricky's just like, or whoever went up to Ricky was just like, it could get, with alcohol being involved, it could get a lot worse.
yeah.
So just took a side out of it. And I just happened to be that side.
That works. It would be really awkward if you tried to steal her boyfriend.
It just got, that's all right. We're done.
I was.
Yeah,
I was.
and I knew the guy too, like who it was.
Hol-
So it's like, all right, this is weird.
I couldn't tell you what the guy looked like, the bartender, the chick, because there was only like 4 people in the room.
Okay.
That's my first story, at least.
I was expecting you to say like, "Oh yeah, me and this guy were just talking and it was fun," and then the girlfriend started being like, "Hey, stop it!" And then Rick's side of it would be like, "You were just yelling at this guy, just giving just nonstop swearing. You were just
That's it,
insulting his
like-
mom and stuff. And
It could have easily have been that. Like, it could have been like, oh, I was having a conversation. She chimed in and I said, shut the fuck up, bitch, get to the kitchen or something like that. You know, something stupid and smart mouth like I usually am. But I remember just completely, I could hear her, but I didn't fucking care about her. So I just kept on
Yeah.
talking to him.
Yeah, nobody
And I think that's
acknowledged it.
probably what, like, she probably said something like, we're not talking to you. And I just said, okay, cool. And I just kept talking. I think she probably got more or less insulted. And I think that's what got involved.
Yep.
probably that's a lot of wine.
I thought I was adorable. What you got? What are you drinking there?
What do you got there, drunk boy?
It's Barefoot Sweet Red Blend.
Oh, barefoot. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I got it
What is up
because
with you
it's
and wine lately?
I actually really enjoy wine.
I love wine.
I bought this because it's gigantic and it's only $10. So like it's a
Very
lot
good,
of
but
wine,
cheap.
a little bit of money. It tastes decent. It's not, great, but it's all right.
No,
I do have my new favorite wine is 19 Crimes California Red by Snoop Dogg.
that's what you're drinking before.
Yeah, stellar wine. The difference though is that this is like I forgot. This is real low alcohol content. It's like kind of like a beer.
Juice.
It's like 6%. Yeah. The California Red's like 20. That bottle fucks me up. So I'm not
Really?
gonna drink that.
We
during the
couldn't
show.
notice.
So
Couldn't notice
I'll
at
just-
all.
Nah, I'll just stick with this though. This is good stuff though.
Yeah,
There you
It's
go.
all right. It tastes pretty
Wine
good.
is so weird. It's such a particular taste.
Mhm.
Like, I was part of a wine club and we were in it for probably 6 months. It was not cheap either because we were trying to be wine heads.
Mhm.
And in those 6 months, we probably got 18 bottles of wine. Didn't like a single one of them.
Ooh.
It was just garbage. But like, we've had Barefoot before. Actually, like, when we went to a concert in Ohio, we went to a Walmart. They were having tastings in the middle of Walmart for Barefoot. And
Okay.
so we're like, oh, that's really good. So we got some. And that was pretty good. We've had, we've with you guys, I've had the Loganberry wine.
Mhm.
That's good. But like, my favorite wine is a wine that my buddy's dad made for his wedding.
Ooh, fun.
And it was fucking delicious. They had a red, 2 different reds, and a white,
Mhm.
and all three of them. And if I had to pick one, I'm more of a red, semi-sweet guy.
Mhm.
But even the white was fucking delicious.
Yep, that's what it's a semi-sweet red. I can't drink.
Super sweet is gross.
Yeah,
It's
ugh,
too
that's
sweet.
like drinking grape juice.
And I can't drink the other one.
Super
the Snoop
dry
Dogg
is like
I
you're
can't drink
drinking
dry.
paint.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm chewing on the cork.
It's an acquired taste.
The
I'm sure.
the Snoop Dogg is a semi-sweet. I'm a big fan of Schultz wine. Schultz has a red and a white wine that I drink a lot of. And then the Loganberry from
The Wilson.
it's Wilson. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's in the plaza next to Woodcock Brothers.
It's a Woodcock is what I remember being near in Wilson, but that's beer.
Yeah, there's a plaza next to it where the winery has their own little store, and they have a pink wine it's literally just called Pink, really good. And then they have their Loganberry wine, which when I go back to Buffalo, I usually buy about 6 or 8 bottles.
And
of
then there's a
Loganberry wine.
Savage winery.
That's it. Yep, Savage.
Savage.
Got
Sensational.
give them credit.
Yep,
Sadistic.
that is the name, Savage Winery.
That's
Really
cool
good
name.
Loganberry wine.
I've never
Nice.
done wine tasting.
I haven't either. I want to, like, very badly. I want it, like, not to sound old, but like I would love to go on like a wine trail and do it. I just used to work at one. I was
Wineries are
part of the
usually
trail.
super nice.
Yeah,
I've been to one here that's all right.
Becker Farms is
did-
one,
What's that?
which
Oh,
their
Becker
wine,
Farms. Oh, they're fucking terrible.
their wine is very gross.
They have good cider, right?
All of it. The
Ah,
alcohol
there-
is terrible. Yeah.
That was where my buddy's wedding was, and literally it's me, my buddy, his other groomsmen, and his dad, and we're all drinking it. And his dad's like, I got a comment, but I don't want to say it. And we all said it for him. And he's like, your wine's better than Becker Farms wine. It's like, okay, good. That makes me feel a lot better because like I didn't want to say it. Like theirs is just so dry. That's what theirs is, and that I think they're trying to be that upscale winery.
They
And
make
that's
they make
most
their own
wine
beer
up-
too. And it's terrible.
I don't think I tried any of their beer
No.
because their wine turned me off so badly.
I think I've had some of their They have a few different ciders. I think it was there. I don't know. But
What do you think about Becker Farms, Sir Shauner?
Love it all
Ugh,
because I know the owners are a great family friend.
that's perfectly nice. I bet you there's swell people.
Yeah,
And you
they-
can tell them that their wine sucks. You could be nice people and still have shitty fucking product.
I feel like
I
it's
like all their
subjective,
stuff.
but
I've made bad moonshine before, and I'm a pretty small dude.
You have made some bad moonshine, but actually, we were just talking about your moonshine the other day. My dad's planning a trip up to Canada,
Oh,
and he's
shit.
like,
Ooh.
long story short, he now has diabetes, so like
Oh.
he can't drink as much, or he's got to like
Monitor
watch
it.
Yeah. So he was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, with everybody drinking, or it's gonna be alcohol. So he's just like, well, I just won't eat. I'll just drink. So I was like, if Ricky, made his moonshine, like especially his blueberries, you can eat his blueberries and still get what you need out of it.
Just eat Rick's blueberries.
Peaches. Rick's got a delicious peach.
Strawberry one was my favorite.
Yeah,
Strawberry
and
is
peach are
great.
great.
Peach
Yeah.
was like so good. I was so shocked because I don't like peaches, but like that peach moonshine was fucking bomb. Apple pie, like it's hard to beat that. I loved making that myself because it made the whole place smell so delicious.
Yeah, Alicia makes that too. It's very good.
Yeah.
You got the
Somebody-
big old pot too, and it's like
Yeah, the
like-
cauldron.
like a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have it. I see it every once in a while. I was like, maybe I should make some.
Yeah,
I
got
just
mine.
like to stand over it, fill it with water, and get a big spoon and just go ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, ha, ha. Just for fun.
All right. Who else got some drunken stories?
I want to hear Kyle's.
I'm sorry.
I feel
killed
like
the
Kyle-
momentum there.
Just said one.
No.
No, that's when he's taking mushrooms.
All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got a couple.
He's
One of them,
eating
I don't know. There's not a lot to say, so I'll just go with it. I went to Budapest for a wedding. My
Budapest.
family's-
Can I stop you right there? I know people that have gone there. I have known people that have lived there. And you are still the only person I've ever heard say Budapest.
Really?
I've
Black
heard-
Widow.
Government people say Budapest.
Well, government people are just people. They can make mistakes.
God, you fucking bougie tourist. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, that's just how I was introduced to it. Just why not use what they call it. Anyways, so Budapest for a wedding. There was some homemade alcohol. I forget what it's called. Palinka, I think. Palinka. So their family makes alcohol. It's very, very strong. I think it's stronger than Rick's moonshine. Unbelievably strong. It's very good though. So I had a couple of shots of that. That convinced me that it was cool to take shots of the smoky whiskey. And it was not. I'm not a big fan of smoky things. And I ended up dancing a lot. I got a bow tie out of it. Somebody gave me their bow tie.
Why did you
So
just have to look over your shoulder?
ghosts.
Is this like a story that you're not supposed to be sharing with your fiance?
No, just ghosts. I heard to be completely honest, I heard something and I thought it might be a cat or something, or Alicia trying to get my attention. I'm not sneaky. What do you mean? I'm fine.
How did you get that bow tie?
I can tell this story. It's fine. All right. So no, it was one of the bride's uncles. Me and him, we didn't even speak the same language. And we were just chilling, dancing together. And he was like, "Here, take this. Your family now," or whatever. And I was like, "This isn't my tie. I can't give it to you." I forgot to bring a tie, so I borrowed
You
my
married
uncle's.
my daughter.
No, but that was fun. It was good. And then I puked a lot in a grate outside, and had the worst hangover I've ever had in my life. I woke up and I was like a zombie. And I tried to eat like a bite of yogurt and it didn't work. It was awful, but it was fun. It was a fun night. So there's not a lot to say that I just got way too drunk and in a foreign city and puked in a foreign grate in the sewer. So that was cool. I'd say that's something worth doing if you get the chance. Puke in a foreign street somewhere. There you go.
Canada.
I've been with somebody that's thrown up in the streets of Buffalo, and it was not because of alcohol. So that's fun.
Oh man, is there a story there?
Just wife being pregnant.
Okay.
Had to leave a Sabres game in the second period. Washington versus Washington Capitals with friends.
That's
Just throws
unfortunate.
out. Yeah, no, got missed seeing Ovechkin score. You know, one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. So that's cool. I don't remember any of it.
Well, you got to see somebody puke though, so that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Then the other time, I just it was a party at Sean's house. I think it was one of the first times I was drinking, and it was one of the first times I was drinking. It was near my 21st birthday, maybe a year after. I'm not sure.
I
There
know
was a
this
few
story.
things that were noteworthy about
As
that
soon
night.
as you said Sean's house, I knew it.
Yeah,
know it's a
maybe you could
story.
add in some details. I got super drunk that night. A few things I remember. I remembered a lot of people's names, which doesn't happen when I'm sober. So that was kind of fun. At some point in the night, I had a piano and I was playing it
Keyboard,
because
yeah.
two people were like fighting with broomsticks. And I was like, I'm going to make action music for this. And I don't know. I think my dad brought the piano. I'm not really sure where I got a piano or a little keyboard. And also one of Sean's uncles came in and was like, anyone got weed? And I was like, don't talk to him. He's a cop. He's not a cop. No one there was a cop. I was just messing around, but everyone was like, "Ooh, is he a cop?"
Woo! I will say, nobody said that.
Okay.
Because what I remember of that particular part of the story is like it was like the stereotypical Hollywood scene where everybody's jammed into the kitchen, which no offense to Sean's parents' kitchen, you know, it's a
Not a
typical
big
city
kitchen.
It's not a big kitchen. So like you have 20 people crammed in this or whatever. And then I felt like, if I remember, because there was alcohol involved, I felt like I was near his uncle and just Kyle's in the very back. And you just hear, hey, anybody got any weed? And Kyle, yo, Tom, he's a cop. And everybody's just like, what the fuck? Like, they just did not, they paid more attention to you just being drunk than
Okay.
what you were saying, pretty much. But I also
That's
do
fair.
remember that's where you learned how to take shots.
Yep, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that. That's the night that Kyle learned how to take shots. A
With
friend of
brandy.
mine taught him. Yeah, taught her how to do brandy.
Oh, Brandy. I thought you
Shots of
said
Brandy.
from Randy. I was like, that was not his name.
Nah.
That was a future boss of Ricky.
I'll never forget. Kyle's like, I don't like doing shots, or I don't know how to do shots. And he's like, all right, this is what you got to do. You breathe in, take the shot, and breathe out. So we did it, and Kyle goes, whoa, that worked. Let's do it again.
I just
Yeah.
remember, like, the biggest
It was a fun
thing,
night.
there's beer pong in the middle room, the dining room. Because the way his parents' house was, is you had the front room, which is the living room, then you had dining room, the kitchen, then back room, then the backyard. So the middle room had beer pong going on. I remember just me hanging out. I think it was with my now wife, but I'm not sure. And other friends. And I just lost track of what I was saying. Oh, yeah. And our one friend, Johnny, that's this very common name, so I don't feel like that's really throwing him under the bus, comes
John
out.
Smith.
He's like, Kyle's got a keyboard. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's outside just because he had his girl there
Oh.
at the time. She was
Yep.
there, and they were fighting
Ooh.
as typical
Couples do.
teenagers and young people do. And I'm talking with my girl, and all of a sudden Kyle's just like, anybody want to play a song? I know I do. And it just starts playing on the keyboard.
I gotta pick up piano again. I haven't played in a while. That way I can play drunk
And
parties.
and to also go backstory, Sean's uncle and Kyle's dad live on the same street as Sean's parents, so
They just
Right.
crash the parties.
it's a
fine.
community pretty much.
Yeah.
I lived behind Sean, all that stuff. It was community. Fortunately, this is before we were really close with Ricky, so I don't think he was there.
Okay.
You might have been.
We knew of Ricky because, well, Kyle and I did because of high school.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah,
think
but
that was
Lots, blah.
I want to say this was around the same weekend that we partied the night before at Ricky's.
further up the street
Yeah, right across the street.
where Sean or where me and your cousin got drunk before you guys even got there.
No, I might have been. I remember when Ricky and his roommate lived across the street from my parents. We partied.
To be
there
fair, though, that was also before. That still was before we were close. No,
No.
I remember this now. Me, Kyle, and our significant others went to a party. You were living with the same friend next to Josie's, which has now
Okay.
changed its name. I don't know if you guys know that.
Mhm.
And we went playing beer pong. That's where Kyle got drunk.
Yes, and you guys
'Cause
showed
I
up.
showed up to your party, and I just said, "We're here. He's your fucking problem now."
Yes.
And I went and got drunk.
Yeah. Okay, I do remember that.
That's what happened. It was the same fucking night.
Mhm.
That's right.
Okay.
I remember. I think it was around one of my birthdays. We got all fucked up at Ricky's house when he lived across the street. Or I think we did it for like 2 days in a row at Ricky's house. Didn't even clean up after the first time. And then
Yeah.
went and I guess then I wasn't old enough at the time because it was before my 21st. Ricky went and bought all the beer for
I
for
do
my
remember
party at my
that.
parents'
It
house.
was like
That's
I
illegal.
feel like it was early in the fucking morning.
Yeah, it was. 'Cause
And
I was getting set up for the
yeah,
party.
Yeah, we went to a CVS there on Transit and High Street.
Yep.
CVS, and I don't remember what I bought, a couple 30 packs. I'm like, happy birthday, Sean.
Yep.
I don't
remember
know. I don't. Was I there?
that. Yeah, yeah.
You weren't there to buy the beer. No, this was at. I mean, this was at. I feel like
I
this was at, like,
remember
8-9 o'clock in
showing
the
up.
morning.
Hmm. I did go to a party there. I was not with my wife.
I remember this one.
Before
I mean,
that
there's not a
time.
story, but I remember who I was with. It was a girl at the time. There's a huge backstory behind that girl, but I'm not going to get into it. But I remember going
Really?
there when
wanna talk
yeah,
about
when Ricky and
relationship drama?
no, I'm good. I'm good. This does not need to turn into like a Maurice show or anything like that.
I could tell you about my.
But like, I
one
do
and a half
remember going with
ex-girlfriends.
her there and being like, yeah, that's Ricky. We used to go to high school with each other. Like that was before I was working at GM.
We were part of a gang with Ricky. Blood clots. Blah.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody was scared of us. We were the cool kids, clearly. So, but like, yeah, I remember that. Like, I remember where we were sitting. I remember stupid details about that night. But I don't think, like, the day after, I don't think I was there for that.
Mm.
I remember Sean's the best part, really one of the only parts of Sean's 21st birthday party that I remember was when I met his brother for the first time, and all it was because Sean bought a UFC fight,
Mhm.
and we were sitting in the back room, and it's just tons of people are in there, and Sean's brother walks in, and he's
I love
like
this, brother.
very, very angrily pointing at everybody. And he's like, "Are you 21?" And the kid's like, "No." He goes, "Are you 21?" Kid's like, "No." And it's just no's. And then he gets to me. He goes, "Are you 21?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You're fucking lying to me?" I'm like, "No."
Oh. Oh my.
But the best part was Ryan
No, he
knew
did
all
not
of
like
I was
you
like-
either, so
Like, I'm 22, I think. That time, I forgot how old I was, but
he loved picking on you, Kyle.
How's Firebush doing?
Yeah.
That's what he always used to say.
Like Moses? Wait, was it Moses who talked to a firebush? I think
Yes.
that was Moses.
Thought we
It
weren't
was
bringing
Moses.
religion into this.
It's just a story.
All right, Sean, what's oh wait, no, that was Sean's.
No, that was
Oh,
Moses.
that wasn't
Ricky.
mine.
that was
That was
Kyle's.
That was Kyle's.
That was good. Oh, we just
Calling
spun
in
off.
the shots.
Okay.
I wanted to add two more details. In Budapest, this is kind of irrelevant. I was dressed like a waiter. I forgot to tell you that. I was wearing a red shirt, Which, you know, wearing it was a nice red shirt, collared and everything to a wedding. Probably not that weird, right?
No, because I think that's what you wore to mine.
Yeah, I matched my fiance as well, so that was cool. All the waiters were wearing red shirts, so I looked like a waiter.
That's awful.
Did anybody ask you for things?
No,
I mean, not that you would have understood them.
I didn't speak the language, so I'm sure a lot of them. A lot
There's
of
a
people
guy
speak-
at that table that's really mad at me. I don't know why.
Yeah. And I forgot the other thing, but it's probably not important then.
You'll think of it later.
Probably.
Just
Whatever.
raise your hand instead of just interrupting. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
All right, Sean, Ricky, who wants to go this time? I
I'll
do
go.
have other stories. And
Oh yeah, I got a
does-
couple.
One doesn't much honor on my 21st birthday, so
That's a great. So, my first one I'm going to share is, we used to go to a party that was across the street from my house in an individual's garage
Oh, Rob.
called Garageathon, and I'll never forget this. Kyle's sister was, I don't know if they were dating at the time. I can't even remember his name.
I wasn't dating my sister at all ever.
I said this guy. I didn't say you.
Oh,
I know this guy. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name either.
And Kate, your sister, was there with all her friends, and then you invited your friends and your significant other, and her friend came. We're all drinking and partying, and I think we started playing Rock Band, and then
The
Your-
Olympics are going on.
yes, it was it summer? It was summertime, yeah. Garageathon was in the summer, and I remember Kyle's sister's significant other was like, "Hey, let's play this game," and we had never played Flip Cup before. I had never played it at this point. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, what is this? Then I watched them play. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then you chug a beer and you flip the cup. All right, cool. So we did that. And then they're like, all right, we got to kick somebody off a team. I'm like, okay. So the team that lost had to kick somebody out. You still got to drink as many beers. I'm like, fuck. So I'm drinking and I'm hammering. Well, I go outside to take a leak. And as I'm in the process of taking a leak, I'm falling over and I throw up. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Come back, play 3 more rounds of Flip Cup. I was ruined. And I remember telling you guys, I'm like, I'll be right back. I have to go get something across the street. I never came back. I woke up the next morning to 30 missed calls, 60 text messages. I was on my bed facing the other direction, looking at the door, naked. No idea what the fuck happened.
I
No clue.
Of all
Spoiler
places to
alert,
wake up.
nudity is a part of a couple of these stories. And
Huh.
that makes the story great. I will say Garageathon, this is why I say like a lot of these stories are going to have other people included with it. That is where I learned to not eat Reese's peanut butter cup while you're drinking, because it looked like diarrhea was coming out of my mouth. It was the grossest fucking thing. I threw up, and then seeing the throw up made me throw up again because it was so gross.
Ew.
That was when I was living. I want to say it was with my first girlfriend that I was living with, and we lived on Robinson. And like I remember in being in the bathroom, throwing up, and all that. But I remember Flip Cup was super fun, and I thought this is the game I want to play because I always
I'm
hated
gonna
beer
go
pong.
pro.
Because, well, no, I always hated beer pong because if you're good at beer pong, you don't get drunk.
You don't drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So like Flip Cup's like a game that you have to drink in. Like like, that is the whole reason why there's drinking games. Beer pong is
Yeah.
just a game. It's a party.
It's to get
It's
fucked
not a
up.
drinking game.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
That was a fun time though. I remember Garageathon a lot. That was fun.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other story. A few of my friends were graduating from high school and were going off to college. So I decided to throw a big get together with some of them. And my significant other at the time brought her friend, and she proceeded to get so wasted that she passed out in the back room of my parents' house like this on the couch, and then woke up the next morning and pissed in my parents' recliner
Oh,
in the back room. But the best part was
man.
3 feet away from where she was the bathroom where my
And
mom
your
was.
mother.
Yeah, where my mom was in the bathroom getting ready for work, and she witnessed it happen and tried to wake her and shook her as she pissed in the chair. And I'll never forget, I woke up the next morning to my mom calling me. I'm like, what happened? And I woke up my significant other. I go, get her the fuck out of my house
Oh my god!
right now. And
And she was
guess where
never
that
seen
chair is
again.
today?
Kyle's
Kyle's
Down
dad's
the back
garage.
room.
That's
No,
not
it's
fair. Because Sean and I literally just had this conversation with his parents last time he was up here. I went over to his parents' house when Sean was there. All 4 of us were hanging out, and that story was a fun story to have between all of us.
That was my pee effect. Could you hear it?
No.
No.
Couldn't see it either.
I'm all water.
Okay.
I was trying to make a pee sound. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's
heard.
awful. Did your mom like hit her a bunch?
She shook her to wake her up. She was so
She's
fucked
still
up.
mad about it till today.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it would be too. Those were
Yeah,
nice chairs, right?
she's super salty.
Well, to be honest, they hated that recliner because the company that they bought it from assembled it wrong, or something was fucked up and the cushions were all fucked up on the inside. So it didn't sit right. So I guess it
Okay.
really,
Blessing in disguise. That's just what they told you. Probably.
no, I remember it being,
I'm sure the smell gave it away.
yeah, it never went away.
I was just gonna mention this during Sean's party too. Your parents were super chill with
Oh my god, I love your parents so much. Joking aside, I know I joke about your mom a lot, but like your parents. That's one thing. My biggest takeaway from my childhood is having such a great relationship with my friends' parents.
Mm.
Like it was so fun. Like even Adam, again, another common name, so it's not really throwing him on the bus. Like his parents, we had a great relationship with. Rick's roommate, we had a great relationship with, and your guys's, obviously Ricky, never really met your parents, but they, I had a really great relationship with Sean and Kyle's parents. I loved them so much.
Yep.
Like it was great having, we had 3 consecutive streets of like houses we could hang out at.
Mhm.
And like it was just like one giant ass fucking family.
Mhm.
And it was like nothing against whoever's parents or whoever's, but you had the strict, the less stricter, and then the least stricter
And that
parents.
was Sean's.
Sean's was the least stricter, and then you can just
Yeah.
50-50 chance of the other ones. And I'm not saying like they weren't fun, the stricter weren't any
Yeah.
fun, but like it was just like Sean's house was the party house, and it was
Sure
so
was.
fun.
I was gonna say this like Sean's uncle would come to the house when Sean's parents were out of town, not to make sure there wasn't a party going on, but to make sure that there was a party.
Yeah,
going
he'd,
on.
Yes.
he'd want to make sure you having people over.
Well,
I'll stop
he
down
had-
for a beer.
he had reinforcements. He had a scout living across the street under the same last name as you, Kyle, as your dad, and he'd be like, "Hey, they got a fresh recliner that's only smells like piss. Let's go get it and fucking hang out."
Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
And then I do have one other one. This doesn't, I mean, it involves me, but doesn't involve me. Is there was
Nega Sean.
a concert when our hometown used to have concerts. So we went to the concert, got all liquored up and whatnot. And then I had some people come back over to my house, and my cousin and I were going, not shot for shot, but we were going Jaeger bomb for Jaeger bomb with each other, and then went and proceeded to play UFC fighting on the PlayStation, and just kept fighting and getting all fucked up. So then it started to die down, and my other buddy that was there, he crashed. So my cousin and I were just hanging out, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to go home." He proceeded to go home. And at the time, at the corner of our street, which is another kind of busy through road in our town, there was another main drag in our town. They were doing construction at the corner on the sewer. And now, mind you, it wasn't just a couple traffic cones. It was 5 or 6 of those big barrel drums that have the flashing lights on them, sawhorses, sandbags, plywood
Wow.
covering holes. You name it, it was all
That's
there.
some cool safety stuff.
Yeah, it was very precautionist stuff. Well, I get a phone call
Safety.
from my cousin the next morning saying, dude, what the fuck happened last night? Like, what are you talking about? I was woken up this morning to my dad saying he saw flashing lights in our downstairs hallway and couldn't figure out why. Walked down there. He goes, you know all the construction equipment at the corner? Yeah. He goes, it was all in my house. I'm like, what?
Oh,
He goes, yeah, apparently I saw it on the way home and I grabbed a piece. And then he must have said he got goal oriented and said, I got to go grab the rest, and took it all. And it wasn't like it was little stuff. That wasn't like a couple traffic cones. It was 25-pound bags, fucking sandbags,
Good
the big
workout.
pylons. It's probably 4 or 5 trips. 1, he's lucky he didn't get busted by the police. And 2, he's lucky he didn't get hit by a car.
he's super visible when he's carrying.
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say, how would you get hit by a car? He's got a flashing light. So, like,
He took it all. And I had the reputation of like stealing traffic cones. Like I'd be driving home from somewhere, coming home from the bar, and I'd
Gotcha.
steal a traffic cone, like pull it, grab it in my car. And he had to one up me, and he took the whole construction.
yeah, he
site.
got you beat.
Yep.
Okay, I have a few questions. What do you do with them afterwards?
His dad made him get up.
That's my
At,
thought.
his dad made him get up at 8 a.m, and they took it back.
That's kind of good, probably. I mean, like, how are you gonna like dispose of that? You kind of gotta return it anonymously. That's the best case scenario. And did anyone get into a car accident? Because there's just a hole that's unmarked. in
I don't
the
know.
road.
That's what I said too.
They got into an accident, and then while they're returning, they just put the cone on top of the car. So
Don't go
Bases
here.
are
There's a
covered.
hole.
yeah,
in the car.
there's something bad here. Don't do it.
Oh man. Okay, and lastly, does he have a picture of like all the stuff?
I don't believe so.
Man, that would be a beautiful picture. He's just got to do it again next time. Take a picture or a video. That's fantastic.
Rick,
though.
you got any good stories? I still have a
Uh,
couple. I gotta say.
I have some. I mean, thinking about the parties we used to do back before GM, like during college time, was a lot of fun.
When
I remember there
things were
was-
simpler.
No, yeah, very simple, and it was just. I mean, I remember at the time like being asked, like we had done so many that we were then getting asked, like, when are you going to be held the next one? When are you going to be doing the next one? That was pretty fun. Then I remember there was one party at one point where both at my place and at Sean's place had a party at the same time, and people were just walking back and forth across the street, bouncing back and forth.
Block party.
Woo. Yep, that was a good time. Personally, I used to have back, this would have been end of 2013. I think summer of 2013 this started after I got my new apartment. I used to have, when I was on morning shifts, I would call it drunk week. And that would be Monday through Friday when I was on morning shifts. I would get home, I'd stop at the store, usually get a pack of beer, get home, start drinking it. I'd be fucked up by like 4 o'clock. I think I'd fall asleep somewhere in the house, either in the kitchen or living room or bedroom, by like 5.
Oh my God.
And then I'd wake up around 8 and then like do whatever I needed to do, which was either like cook dinner. Well, a couple times I went grocery shopping. It was just that was pretty much Monday through Friday
So
when
you
I
just-
worked morning shift.
All I can
black-
think about is like you pass it out in the kitchen. You wake it up and be like, oh, because it's time to go grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, I would fall asleep right in the kitchen floor.
It reminds
No,
me
is this
of
the place in the same place that Sean and I had ours?
Yes.
That apartment?
to which
Okay.
There was a couple times I would call my sister at some point and ask her to come pick me up and take me to Burger King. Or there was one time where I remember texting, I think it was Jake. I'm assuming I texted him. I don't remember how I got over there because like I'm not a very big social person, so like I'm not just gonna go over someone like uninvited. So I'm assuming I texted. to ask
Even
if
though we
people were-
shared the same sidewalk.
Yeah. I'm assuming that I sent the text and asked if people were awake, and then I went over there because I wanted to share. I bought a brand new bottle. It's Jack Daniel's unaged rye, really fucking tasty especially when you're drunk. It's really good. So I had to go over there to share it. When I got over there, I think Jake was outside ordering food,
As I usually do.
Yep, Sean was sleeping. Jake's significant other was there, and then
Who
after
is my now
that,
wife?
yeah, after that,
Oh, you don't remember after that because you proceeded to go into Sean's room. And
I remember going into Sean's room to wake him up because I needed him to try my new whiskey that I found. But
you
then
fucking,
he was
God,
the unhappy
wake up!
camper.
you fucking screamed in his face. You were so fucking mad. That was so fun.
He was an unhappy camper.
So wait,
I was
he
so
just went
happy it
upstairs.
wasn't me.
He just went upstairs into Sean's bedroom and was just like, Sean.
Well,
Try
like,
this
you know,
alcohol.
we're in an apartment and we're on the basement apartment.
Oh, you
So
remember that apartment, Kyle? You walked
Yeah.
down the stairs on your head.
what?
You not remember that?
You walked down the stairs. On
Yeah, he tried
his
to
head.
tried to do a handstand walking down our stairs, going down backwards like a crab walk, and he walked,
I
pretty much
don't
walked on his
remember
head.
that. I don't.
Was
I
that
must
a
have
I
been.
story?
completely believe it.
Also,
Yeah, did it work?
no, it didn't. 'Cause he fell down the stairs. I think I have the video somewhere.
I mean,
But
it's only like 4 steps.
Kyle, do you remember? I had the video. I actually came across it the other day. I'll see if I can send it.
This is the video I think it is.
Of us scaring him.
Ah, yes. No, there's 2 different. Oh wait, no, that was somebody else. Okay, yes, I remember that video. But yeah, so Ricky just came over and he's like, Sean awake. I was like, no, he's sleeping. Like, I forget why I don't think you were ever on this opposite shift, but there's some reason.
I think
why
I had
you're
done a
fired.
double or done 12 hours.
Yeah. So you're in bed. He's like, I need to show him this. This is delicious. I was like, I mean, you can see if you want, wake him up, whatever. He says, okay. Opens up the Sean!
It works.
Like,
He
he's
was an
like,
unhappy
dude,
camper.
I was fucking sleeping. He was so mad.
Man.
The other video I was thinking about you doing was when I remember it was Adam who dressed up as a ghost. And, like he put a sheet over his head. He's like, he walks in through, ooh, I'm a ghost. I throw my phone, I peg him in the fucking head. Somebody got that on video. That's what I thought the video was.
That was way back.
No.
That might have been a VHS.
Why-
That
you
was
wanna know how
way,
old-
way back.
Wanna know
with
how
my
old that
Virgin
video
mobile
is?
phone.
You want to know how old that video is, Jake? Nate or my cousin had that recorded on a video camera that took tape.
Camcorder.
Yeah.
Wow. Ricky, I was always so jealous of your drunk weeks because like we'd catch it in the middle or afterwards, and it's like, man, that looks so fun. Like when we took, because at the end of that story, we took me and my now wife, we took him to Burger King. Actually, it was my now wife is the one like we should take him to Burger King. I was like, all right, like whatever, like we got to go that way anyways, because I remember what food we ordered. And we'll never order food from them again because it was delicious.
See, I remember where you ordered food from too, which is funny because I don't remember how I got in the car and got because once
Dude,
again,
you were so drunk you couldn't even go into Burger King to order.
yeah, I know I didn't go in. I remember
She's like, "What do you want?"
I
And he's
remember
like, "I
her
got
going
this.
in.
I got this." And she's like, "You don't have this. What do you want?"
I remember her going in.
That's when I knew she was a
we,
keeper.
Yeah, I remember her going in. I remember you picking up your food, but I don't remember the conversation to where I was invited to go get my Burger King. So that's why I'm like, oh, like, because once again, I'm not a social person, and it's like there's times where I'm thinking about that, and it gives me the chills. Like, was I just, hey, I'm going, and can you do this for me? Because that just
No,
feels rude.
we're just. I think it was like one of those like how you doing type things. And you're just like, oh man. I think it was one of those like I'm thinking about getting some Burger King, or I'm trying to get some Burger King, or just like, hey, like we're going that way. We'll take you. We'll get some. I think it was like one of those type of conversations.
Good day though.
That was a great. I think about that story quite often.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. I feel like maybe we should save some for part 2 because I feel like we have enough for part 2.
Jake, Jake's got one more though. I can
All right.
That's
see
my
it brewing.
21st birthday.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously, it's a typical 21st birthday. I get blackout drunk, all that fun stuff. But amongst me turned 21. The beginning, we were playing, football, catch, all that, in a friend of mine's backyard at the time. And it was a big backyard. So I throw it, Sean's going after it to get it, running a post pattern. And in the line of him running was a stump. And like, I could see it lined up where he's going to fucking smack right into the stump. But it was like a car crash. I just stood there. I'm just
Sit
like,
there and watched it happen.
he fucking hit the stump so hard.
Oh, man.
It's like I got blindsided by a linebacker.
I
Gotta watch
felt
out
so
for
bad.
those trees, man.
I felt so bad.
They hit hard.
I sold my sister for a bottle of Mountain Dew, a 2-liter Mountain Dew,
And a watermelon.
and a watermelon.
Oh, that's
We were doing
that's more fair.
Irish car bombs, which I'll never do again. I feel like stoplights. We're just doing it was such a mixture of disaster because we were mixing everything with liquors, whiskeys, and beers and all
beer.
that stuff.
Yep.
It was so bad, and like I'm just fucking so gone to where I'm on like a glider or something like that. I'm with a friend of mine's boyfriend at the time. He's gone out of the picture from what I know. He's like, oh man, feel it rocking you back and forth. I was like, I don't want to feel it rocking me. I was like, God, let it like put you to sleep, like rock you like baby. I was like, nope, it's doing more. And I fucking threw up everywhere to where then like, all right, let's get him in the bathroom. You go in the bathroom. It's like right off the patio from what I remember. And I threw up all over the bathroom.
Yeah.
I have not been back to that house since. And I just that was the night I probably threw up the most. I get them back to, so then it was just like Sean and like 2 other guys, well, guests, I remember the one girl, I feel like there was another girl too. And they take me back to my parents' house because I'm living at my parents' house at the time. And they get there, and let's just say it was so early that my mom was still awake.
Yeah. Jake was done before midnight.
10:30,
It
11
was
o'clock
10:30.
maybe.
I'll never forget because I got a ride to the party and
Sorry, that was my drink. Turning.
Sure.
I'm trying to think, was I? Yeah, I was still living at my parents too. I got a ride to the party and I said I was going to bum a ride home with you. However, you were going to get home. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, I can drive your car. It's not a big deal. And then I proceeded and had to drive your car. I had to take the other person back to the party, and then I took your car back to where you parked it all the time, and I just walked.
Yeah,
home
yeah.
from there. But
Yeah, my mom was still up. Like,
Yep.
I come stumbling into my house. I don't even say anything to my mom. I just stumble through my kitchen, my dining room, my living room. I go up the stairs to my room.
Yeah, we had to.
And
talk
I
to
know of afterwards. Yeah, you can say it. Go ahead, John.
No, I'm just saying we had to talk to your mom. We're like,
Yeah,
you
like
hit-
Sean was there. He's just like, he had a lot of drink. Like, he's all right, whatever. He's safe. But like, I remember talking to my mom later, and she's like, how come there was 2 random girls in our house? I was like, nothing happened that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
They were just at the party. And they just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure you got home safe.
But the problem is at the end of it, because I guess I woke my dad up. I was not quiet. And he goes to bed very early because of his work schedule. And I guess either my mom, my dad, or both, a combination of both, went, opened the door to check in on me. And I guess I stripped naked too. And like, luckily, I was laying on my belly. But like, I just remember to be like, you had a bucket near you, you were naked, and you were breathing. You're all right. I was like, all right, cool. Like,
I will say,
Oh,
amidst that, a memory I have from that event, you still say to this
Oh.
day you don't remember.
me disappearing?
Yeah. I was at the time, this is when I still smoked cigarettes, and I had a cigarette and like, yo, can I get one from you? And you smoked a cigarette, and I'm sitting down, just relaxing, having a beer, having a cigarette. And the next thing you know, everyone's like, where'd Jake go? We looked all around that friend's house, in the field behind,
Yeah.
throughout we almost walked the whole block at one point looking could not find you. And then all of a sudden you just randomly showed up like, dude, where the fuck did you go? What do you mean? I've been here the whole time. No, you weren't there. We fucking looked.
He was
No.
in the search party.
Jake,
Jake.
Jake. Who's this other Jake? Jake. No, I will say, oh, geez, I just skipped my tail. Another part that I remember from that story is the beer pong. It was me, and man, I have a lot of people with generic names. Me and Aaron, and it was playing
My cousin.
you, Sean, and somebody else. I don't remember the other person. And you guys were down your last cup. I sunk it, and then Aaron hit his shot, and if he sunk it, obviously game over. And I got into your fucking face. I was like, he's gonna fucking sink it. You're gonna fucking lose because you're a fucking loser and all that shit. Like, I was just talking shit, just being goofy, whatever. And then he sunk it, and the whole fucking place was like, ah! He actually did it. He's not just a stupid drunk.
Now he's just mean. If you missed, it would be funny.
Yeah. Mean.
That's good.
Yeah, obviously, there's a ton of really
we got
stories.
plenty.
I got a couple from Vegas.
We're gonna make more next year.
I will say there was one notable one party at your house when you're on Robinson, and I brought my cousin, and you whipped a ping pong ball at him, and it hit him in the neck, and it gave him a hickey.
I gave his cousin his first hickey.
Yep.
I will say the one party I remember, because you're talking about how you were playing UFC. I remember being so drunk playing another friend named Sean, at NHL, and like I couldn't even keep my eyes open, but I still crushed him like 7-2.
Yeah, you dominated him.
And he was so fucking mad.
That was when I had a party out on when I was living in Gasport.
Gasport. Yeah. Yeah, there was some fun nights out there.
Yeah, to say the least.
Some fun people.
Mhm.
I don't talk about anymore either.
Yep, me either.
Multiple people from that party that I don't talk about anymore.
I think
Right?
it was like high school. That happens. Or was it? In
That was
college?
not high school, but
It was
okay.
shortly after high school happened.
No, I was
Within a few years of high school.
Yeah, I say I was working at DM.
Yeah, we were of age. I
we
wasn't
were
in
old enough to
an
drink.
illegal party. Most of us, obviously, one of the people there was not that I'm talking about, but most of us there were of age.
Yep,
Mm.
and a buddy and his significant other. You know who?
Your buddy and
Our buddy, and I was
Our buddy.
more friends with her, and she
Oh.
brought her boyfriend.
There's just relationship drama, I think. I don't
I
actually
don't
know the
remember
whole
this.
story.
Now it's like, man, was I that drunk that I don't remember
The
it?
girlfriend lived down the street from Sean. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking to somebody else.
Oh, that girl, that other girl. I'm not allowed to talk about.
Okay.
Her significant.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was there.
Mm-hmm. You kicked his ass in NHL too. He was pissed about that too.
I'm sure he was. He was a douche. That's why she chose me over him. But anyways.
Yep.
All right.
All right. What was the other
Good-
stuff we were
good
going to
point.
talk about?
We're possibly gonna look over
Scratchers.
some.
I don't remember anything else.
Huh?
Chin scratchers. We were talking about chin,
Chin scratches. I think
don't remember anything else.
I think that's a. Let's
Wow, the
just
cops are
hop
here.
into.
Oh, jeez.
Let's hop into the chin scratchers.
All right. So
Nope.
now on to our next segment, Sean's chin scratchers. So this is a fun segment that we like to do every week, where we come to the table with some random questions throughout our week. Ricky with his messed up camera. Hey, it's
Gaming
good.
computer. It's not a podcast computer.
We like to ask questions, get our input and our stuff from each other, and have our fans answer the questions and also send us questions. So please let us know, answer the questions for us, and send us some your way too. All right. So I got a question for you guys. You have to pick an animal that you're going to fight. And you can either shrink down to their size to fight them or have them grow to your size.
I know the answer to this question though.
Where do you
I've seen
do
the same video. So
Tardigrade.
I'll go last because now all I can
Oh.
think about is the answer. It's hard for me to like
Right.
separate it. So I'll go last.
Anything that's like an herbivore, like a sloth, maybe. That'd be kind of silly.
So you'd
But I
fight
mean,
a giant sloth, or are you shrinking to sloth size?
I would shrink to sloth size. They got
T Rex. Can I pick a T Rex? Grow to T Rex. They got tiny arms. Just gotta get behind them.
They have wings.
You know, a T-Rex isn't as big as you think it is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
T-Rex
How do you know how big I think it is?
Well, all right, you're right. But like, Jurassic Park makes it seem so much bigger than it actually is. It's like
Yeah,
less
yeah.
than 6 stories.
Less than 2 stories.
Yeah, I mean,
You can
I
jump
think
off
it's like
the head of a T-Rex.
I still wouldn't want to
With
fucking
minimal
be
injuries.
walking down the street and
No,
seeing a goddamn
yeah.
T-Rex.
No, it's I forget what it was. I looked it up because I was bored.
But if you were the size of a T Rex,
Yeah, you got the reach.
yeah, you got the reach. Just gotta get behind them.
Is
No.
it size by height or by mass? Or like volume?
Yeah, like
You're equal
Yeah.
proportioned to this animal.
So like, what if I picked an elephant and made them my size? Would they be like a 6'1" elephant?
Sure.
It'd still be like a 400-pound elephant.
That'd be really big elephant.
Just to be a baby elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could beat a baby elephant in a fight because they're huge, even though they're only 6'1", my height.
And they still got those tusks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We could go for the straight up loss and fight like an ant.
yeah, they'd fuck you up, man.
Yeah, they would.
Oh man.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of proved that.
Right?
All right. I'm trying to think if there's it has to be an animal, right? Not like a tree.
No, an animal.
If I was the size of a tree, I could totally beat it up. Animal.
It's hard because I know the answer.
Okay.
It's
How is there one answer?
there's an answer, and honestly, the explanation
It's a good answer.
proves it's the answer.
Yep. All right.
And
Dave, would you like-
I thought about a giraffe
Yep.
Okay. If
because
you're going by height, yeah, that would make sense.
so they'd be your height, but their legs are like still gonna be small in proportion.
Okay.
So you just 1-2 it in the fucking head, or you can kick its body, and you wouldn't have to like really kick that high, pretty much.
Yeah.
Good pick.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a little upset now that I have seen the video because I would love to, but it's so hard knowing the answer and trying to just like separate myself from it.
Trying to think of really bad ones. If you did a whale, would it be by length?
I guess
Fight
so.
Fight a blue whale and you're a giant.
On land.
There you go. But yeah, if you were their height, it'd be tough. Turtle would be really tough, either way, because they got just all the defense stats. Bless you. Any wide animal. What happened? Did I miss something? I missed it. I'll have to watch that.
I did that just for Sean. And
Oh, that was awful. Thanks.
Next shit scratcher.
All right. Do you guys think if you had the ability and the physique, or not at our age now, but do you think you could ever be a Navy SEAL?
No.
Rick, you could?
Yeah, I could.
Both their eyes worked.
Oh,
If both your eyes worked.
Yeah, if you had no
my eyes
issues,
worked.
if you had I'm saying, if you personally like the mindset, could you go over there and have the ability to go fight in a war, or do special ops missions like that, or
Yeah.
do
I feel like I
things that
could
you're
do
not
it.
allowed to talk about to anybody?
So physically, you're able to.
Yes.
You're talking. Do you have the mental capacity to do
Yeah.
it?
I believe
No, I
that
don't.
would. I think that I would. Yeah, I don't.
To me,
No,
it's
like-
not a matter of like I wouldn't be able to pull the trigger. It would be the matter of I can't listen to being told to do things.
Yeah, you have to have a specific mindset in the military. They break you down. And then
I have
think
an
I do.
authority issue, and that doesn't go well in the military.
Mhm. If I was, the thing is, they get people. This might be, I'm hoping to not be controversial. Please tell me if I'm steering too hard into controversial. But they recruit people into the military when they're young, so they can kind of break them down, and so
Mold them. Yeah.
they mold them so that they follow orders well without questioning. Because if you don't have a military that follows orders, you're gonna lose, and a lot of people are gonna die. So it's in a way it's almost necessary, but I've never been like wanted to do that. I've never had to like be broken down so I could be rebuilt. That seems really tough. Also, the morality, I don't know, that'd be tough. I know when you're in the military, you can be like, I'm just following orders. I don't have to pick the morality, but that's if you're doing spec ops, you might be doing some SEALs do like crazy missions, right? You might be doing some really crazy awful
Extracting
stuff.
Yeah.
extracting insurgents or enemies or taking them out. You know, could you have the mindset or the whereabouts to know that you have to take the shot to assassinate this warlord?
See, that's the thing, like that kind of stuff. I wouldn't mind. It's all the meetings you'd have to do leading up to that. Like I would doze off, I would daydream. It'd be okay, you're going to Africa to take out this drug lord. Cool. What are we doing about the snakes? What are we doing about all the other things that can kill me?
Can I bring ice
Like,
cream?
the people with guns would be the least of my concern.
Mhm.
So like
You'd be
that-
more worried about the wildlife.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Because then, say if it was Africa or the Congo or something like that, all I would think about is fucking the movie Anaconda,
Mhm.
and it's like just stupid shit. Like that's how my mind works. My body isn't necessarily what stops me, although I'm fat and out of shape. It's my mind that I've always had an authority issue. Every job that I've always had, as young as I was to as old as I am now. I've always had an authority
Even
issue.
when you were on a paper route, they threw.
I
those
would get
papers.
into arguments with people that I had on my route.
Oh my god, I was joking.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, no. And I would get into arguments with people that I thought were right too, just to piss them off.
So oh my god, Jake. So Sean, what about you? So me and Jake, I'm no morally. Jake's no because he doesn't want to listen.
I don't want to do what I'm told.
Yeah. I'm curious about Rick and Sean. Like, what are some of the issues you think you'd have to overcome or something? Or you didn't answer yet, Sean?
I'd probably, if I was physically fit or able, didn't have issues, I would probably do it. The only thing is just I have a hard time. Yes, I do. I have a hard time keeping secrets. I like to tell people shit. Like somebody will be like, "Don't tell anybody."
Guess
and I
where
can't
I'm
tell
going
anybody.
this weekend?
Yeah.
Gonna
They'd be
kill
like,
that
"Oh,
motherfucker.
oh, you heard on the news about that warlord getting assassinated?" You'd be like, "Yeah, I did that. That was
Oh my
me."
god.
Yeah, I would be the
You'd
one
be
blabbing,
next
or
on
it'd be
the
like
list.
crazy spec ops mission to be like, "Yeah, that was us." Like that would be my problem. But that would be my issue I'd have. But
I can't tell you where I'm going, but it rhymes with musha. That kind of thing.
Africa.
Damn. Now I have to kill you.
I can't tell you where I'm going. I'm going to Budapest. It's not really.
Yeah, I'm going to Budapest. Ricky, the only thing that stopped you from going into the military was your eye, right? You were going to go into the military.
Yeah, I took the test and all that. And then I am medically blind in my right eye. So they were like, "We can give you a desk job." I would have been in like a mailroom or something, which is not what I wanted to do. I was trying to be an NP or a corpsman. I was really trying to go be a corpsman, but they were not going to let me do that. So I was like, I'm not going to go and spend minimum 4 years of doing something that I really don't want to do. So
Fair,
I
yeah.
passed on.
I'm sure the paperwork would be more interesting than you're letting on, because there's like, I've heard of,
I doubt it.
I have a friend in the military who does stuff, and he's like in the reserves, I think, and he helps like the higher ups, they make orders. They're like, take this bridge or whatever it is. This is very hypothetical. I don't think this has ever happened. And so he works with the team to take this bridge into actionable like things. Like we're gonna have a battalion of troops go this way. We're gonna use this technology and stuff to take this bridge. And so they're very tactical and stuff. They have to have a lot of knowledge of what's going on. And
So
I
they're
think
like
that would be-
operations planners.
yeah.
Nothing against any branch in the military, but no matter what branch you are, you're talking to your friends about things, you're inflating the story. Because
Oh, 100%.
the the three other of us, were told about somebody that was deployed a few years ago. Do you know where he was deployed to? To go fucking shovel off a winter storm.
That's cool. That's good work.
That is cool. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure people need help. But he's not saying it because of that. He's saying it to sound cool.
Yeah, he's saying he was deployed, like he was deployed overseas to go fight in combat. No,
Oh,
he was
like
deployed to
just
go.
says-
Yeah, he wasn't saying it like, hey guys, it'd be funny. He was saying it as like
I served.
an
I was.
extreme thing.
Yeah, like I was in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in action in Indiana
What'd
shoveling
you do?
snow.
Oh, shoveling. Oh, wow. What kind of shovel are you using?
Was it
Shoveling's hard.
MP5 automatic,
Yeah, like
or was it
There's
just
there's
that
part in Scary
craftsman one?
movie where they have a shovel. He's like, I'm ready, and then he cocks it and a shell falls out.
Scary Movie 3.
That's what that guy was doing in the snow.
Mhm.
Good old Dangles.
But yeah, that's
The angles.
all right. But yeah,
That's all I
was
had.
I was going like this for Bionic Eye. I wasn't making fun of it. I was gonna say they could give you a Bionic Eye in the Navy SEALs. I don't know if they can. They probably.
Okay, Thor.
But yeah. All right. I have a couple, but if somebody wants to go first, they can.
Well, first,
I have two.
I have 2 as well.
All right, I love it.
Oh, okay.
The whole
Um,
team involved in Sean's chin
I
scratchers.
love it.
Sean
All right.
sent the
I'll-
video.
I'll do one mine first, and then we'll go through. All right. So I'll do one, and then somebody else
Didn't
can
you?
do one.
Yeah, didn't you just
Never-
say, "Oh, somebody else could go," and then you're just like, "Oh,
No,
we're just
okay,
like, oh, we
then-
have 2. I have 2. I have 2."
I want
All right,
y'all to
cool.
go first.
I'll go first. Yeah, no, that's fine. I prefer Kyle. I dropped my phone.
No,
anyways.
Rick
Go.
goes first.
Somebody go.
Rick.
Go, Kyle.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you know those bowls of soup or whatever? You get a bowl and it has like some kind of design at the bottom. It can be like writing, it can be like a little relief or sculpture or something. And so you have like tomato soup or something you drink it, and as you drink it, the message gets revealed or the picture gets revealed, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not at all.
All right, so imagine a bowl with writing at the bottom. If there's
Okay.
soup in the bowl, you can't see the message or
Yep.
writing or picture. And then as you drink, it gets revealed. And you didn't know it was there beforehand. And so you drink the bowl of soup and it says something at the bottom like, how was your soup? Or something stupid like that. So what would be a funny thing to put in either a bowl of soup and like, I don't know, a first date? You're on a first date with somebody and you
How
get
that poison taste?
Say, how's that roofie taste?
Oh
Yeah.
my
Look
god.
behind you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That works.
If not the answer I was expecting.
I'm so glad
was
all
so
3 of our
fast.
answers were pretty like similar though. Like I guess it just shows the type of people we are. It's not like I hope you have a nice day or
Kyle's
your
like,
good
"How was
karma
it?"
will pay off one of these
Yeah.
days.
You're,
What if it
you're
was
the
a picture?
one.
Painful.
Smile.
Yeah, you were adopted.
All right. Then what would you have as a picture if it was a picture of like a I don't know, a penis or
Huh?
a steak? If you could have a picture at the bottom of something like a
Say
dinosaur.
cock.
There you go. That's the message. It's like, hey, you finished your soup. Do you want
You,
some
you get the
extra?
real prize now.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything for like a family setting? Anyone got anything? I like you're adopted. That's a good one. But anyway.
That's a good one. I like that.
If you're old enough to read this, you should run now.
Get out.
I'm shopping for bowls and I wanted your guys' input basically. So now I
You
know
want, you want to know
You've
what
been-
I have for a bowl?
Yeah,
Just generic green bowls. from
like
Walmart.
green.
I was gonna say, like, I have two different sets of bowls, but like, I don't care who you are, you have your favorite bowl.
Yeah.
Does it piss you off that you have two different sets?
No, because my favorite. All right, so I have a set of 8. Yeah, a set of 8, a set of 2,
Ooh.
and then obviously the kids have their plastic bowls, whatever. But my set of 2 are my favorite bowls.
Ah,
So like, I'm perfectly fine when the other 8 are being used.
you got to be careful though. You only get two mess ups, and you never can.
I
get out
know,
of that bowl
and
again.
the dishes need to be fucking done. But like, my set of 8 are square bowls, and the 2 are round, and I feel like that plays a huge factor.
Yeah, how do you get the stuff out of the corner?
Or square rounded, right? Or are they like actual square
Squircles.
square?
It's a squircle.
I don't.
I know what you mean.
I don't.
Like, are the corners, even though they're square, they're still rounded, or are they straight up like 90-degree angles? Like,
The
I
very
have
edges
square
are
round-
90-degree angles.
Okay.
Oh
I have
man.
On the
square
inside
So
of the
like, I
bowl?
used the
Goddamn.
90-degree angle as like, that's where my pouring
Oh,
point
okay.
is.
Okay. Good for soup.
I have
Soup.
two sets of bowls and plates, and it fucking irritates me. When we moved into this apartment, it just annoys me. When we moved into this apartment from Lockport, we had like assorted dishes, and it just irritates me because they aren't all the same shape. They don't fit together properly when you put them in the fucking cupboard. So when we moved in, I was like, I want one set. We can buy 3 boxes of the same set, but they need to be the fucking same, so they all fit the same in the cupboard. And she agreed to it. And then we bought one set, and then guess what? She found a different set she wanted. So now we have round and square fucking bowls and dishes, and it irritates the fucking shit out of me.
See, my plates are the same. It's just bowls. The plates
bowl-
would bother me because, stacking purposes.
Yeah.
But like the bowls, the way the shelf is even if I had another set of square bowls, I would have to have them in the same place I have the round ones because it's not tall enough.
Okay.
So like, it's not affected stacking purposely.
Yeah.
Okay. I have like 5 different kinds of bowls. You would have a panic attack looking in our cupboards.
Some of them are mine.
Yes. Some of them are octagons. Some of them have geese on them. One of them has a chip we super glued back in because it was a nice
Nice.
bowl.
It's the chemicals.
No, it's not food. It's not touching the food. It's up on the rim.
Yeah,
You just gotta be
lift
careful.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got beer glasses that have chips in them that I don't want to get rid of. That just don't drink out of that side.
There you go.
Not to, Kyle, you did yours, but like beer glasses, I have some like ones that are in my freezer. I never take the time to pour out my can into like the glass.
Oh yeah, I don't use them for beer. They're just pint glasses, but I use them.
Yeah,
That's-
like I have
collect
you're right.
those.
I have a Guinness glass. I have a bunch around here. Bunch are to my left. But like I'll never use them until like, even if I had a bar, I don't think I would use them. And it's like, just take the can and just drink it out of can. Like, it's nice to see. It's a visual thing, but like it's not a practical.
You can chill the glass though. I
Yeah,
know how to do
I
that.
have a few chill mugs. Never use them. I used one like a few weeks ago, and I was like, man, it's just not worth the time pouring my beer, my can of beer.
Right.
Like, I could have this half drank by now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah,
everyone's like.
I'm
Oh, it's to
adding
keep your beer cold. I'm like, I drink it fast enough that it doesn't get cold.
yeah. I mean, the only beer that I'd be worried about for doing that is like a Guinness, because it takes me 5 hours to drink one Guinness.
Mhm.
It's so dark and heavy. Ugh.
I like my women. Never mind. All right. Do you guys want to hear about a? Do you want to answer a question about a car or about a
I
prosthetic?
want to know what you like your money.
I like my women. Like I like my cereal.
Big
Yeah.
boobs.
Big boobs.
What kind of cereal do you eat?
That's just that's the new trend on that's the new trend on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't-
I like my women like how I like my coffee. Big boobs.
Big tits.
You could say that about mouse pads. There's a lot of mouse pads with big boobs.
There's
All right.
mugs like that, shot glasses too. think I have a shot glass.
I have a beer koozie. It's a booby decanter. It's just boobs.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, threw that part
All right.
one out.
Do you guys want to answer a question about a car or a prosthetic? I don't want to ask both.
Prosthetic.
Prosthetic. All right. So say you could have Inspector Gadget style gadget in your body, some kind of prosthetic. It could
Dick.
be just
Go
the
gadget,
penis?
giant dick.
Okay. I'm asking specifically about boxing. We can have this be a series of questions. We'll see. But so say you could add one prosthetic to yourself that's like go gadget. Your imagination is the limit. What would you do for a boxing match? And I guess it's
Punch
just-
him in the fucking head.
What gadget would you have?
Giant
Big
dick.
hands.
Big hands. Okay.
An anvil.
Like out of your head? Like a spring comes out with an
Like the
anvil over his
spring-loaded-
head?
Out of your glove though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go gadget anvil. Boing!
Oh my. On a spring? Ooh. Yeah. That would knock him out. Yeah.
I still go with the dick.
Just the penis.
Whack.
Nothing
The
special.
giant dick, the very least, is going to distract him enough to look down, and then I can punch him. That I have, window of opportunity.
All right. So then Rick has just big hands. Rick's just in the boxing ring. Okay. So who out of you three do you think would win then?
Me with my giant dick.
Okay. I think Sean's got the advantage because he's got like blunt force trauma.
Yeah,
Mike-
Sean would kill us. Sean would legitimately kill us.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Then he'd be arrested for murder and be disqualified from the match.
Aha.
And because I win on dick size, I'd win.
Okay. So your dead body's there with a giant penis.
Giant fuck penis.
And
Just,
the ref's like, well,
just
big
standing
hands
straight up.
or big penis. I guess we'll go with big penis.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a men's sport.
All right. I'm good for now then. Anyone else have any questions?
Yep. Go ahead. Let's see who's next.
So I don't know if Jake remembers this, but there was a time that we discussed. I started taking alfalfa sprouts because from watching, now clearly it was fake, but there was porn that I watched where like the dude was able to come like just tons and tons.
What's an alfalfa sprite?
An alfalfa sprout is like a vitamin.
Oh, as soon as he said alfalfa sprout, I'm like, oh my god. Clearly, I do remember.
It's cool. So like, I think Kyle would say yes, but now like, let's say hypothetically, you were able the amount of cum that you would shoot out when you came was like equal to like a container of like dairy creamer, like just a lot. Like
You remember the
You
one
know,
video where the chicks was going, ah, like for 5 minutes straight. She just keeps. It was in a group chat.
Yeah.
Kyle, you weren't there.
so yeah, let's say like the amount of cum that you came, like the volume was like a quarter of a gallon of milk. It was just a gigantic amount.
Yes.
Would you feel obligated to disclose this before having sex with somebody for the first time, or would
Yes.
you just let it happen?
No, I would do it 100% of the time by surprise.
I would
Yeah,
probably do it by
And
surprise,
it wouldn't
too.
be.
I don't
in-
care where you're doing it. It's going to be a surprise. Obviously, a face would be super surprising. But even if you do it on like their belly or even on like their ass or something like that, they're just gonna be like, what? Did you piss? Like, what the fuck just happened?
How
yeah,
you feel obligated to tell?
Of course, yes.
I wouldn't tell
You'd
them.
be like, hey, listen, I come like a half gallon of milk.
That might get you more women though.
Yeah,
I think it'd be awesome.
I'm sure there's a
there's
fetish
people.
of it, of some.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them. Surprise, motherfucker.
Mhm.
all right. Then my second question.
Is that
I
a-
have examples.
Sorry, is that a thing people want? Is just more volume?
Oh, I
to
would
theirs?
love to fucking just fill the bitch up. That'd be so awesome.
Okay, to each their own.
They
you know?
always.
That's
Oh, sorry, Kyle. Go ahead.
that's everyone's got their own thing. That's fine.
I wonder how
Love
many. I
to
bet you a
fill a
lot of
bitch
girls
up.
would be turned off by it, but I bet you some would be all about it.
Oh yeah, there's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, lots of strokes.
Lots of strokes.
Now this question.
Before you go on, Ricky, back to this comment, there's studies that say that there's correlation that doesn't coincide with the amount.
I think this is
The
what you're
amount-
talking about.
Yeah, the amount that you do ejaculate, but they say if you don't do it for a few weeks or days or whatnot, that more comes out if you did it on a consistent basis. And they say it's all consistent regardless if you're doing it every day or every week, which I think
Oh,
is total
yeah.
bullshit. Because there'd be times that I hadn't done it in like 2 or 3 days, and then you're like, holy shit, and it's like a fucking mess. But if I do it every day, it's like, all
Spooky
right.
ghost.
Spooky ghost.
Spooky ghost.
All right. So second question. I have examples, but what is a magical item or superpower that you would like to have that only provides, and I don't know if this question's been asked, but it's something I think about at work all the time, that only provides a mild convenience, and it's not something that you can make money off of. So like a superpower that I think about at work would be like, I wish I knew, like had psychic ability to know only when we were going to run out of parts and for how long, so that then I could time my bathroom breaks rather than using my actual breaks. Or like a magical item would be like car tires that have 100% traction during all weather. Like, so you could drive through the snow, like it didn't matter how much snow or black ice, it's going to be like normal pavement. Now you still have to go, like, it's just mild convenience. Like, so you still have to drive through traffic. And that's also like, you can't take a corner at 120 miles an hour. It's only weather traction that it'd be good for. Or think of like magical kitchen cupboards where you can just put dirty dishes in and they're automatically cleaned and sorted how
Dude,
you.
I got kids. That's a major convenience.
That would be so. That would.
That's
save-
amazing.
Jake
I was
would
also-
suddenly
'cause, like-
become a millionaire with that.
Oh my god.
Well, no, like
yeah.
no, you can't, because it's only for your personal
Okay.
convenience. It's not something you
Alright.
use money for. Or I was thinking like
Oh, I got
carpets or
something.
floors that clean themselves, but like, so like if like your dog runs in all muddy, it'll keep itself clean, but it's not going to clean the dog. You still have to wash the dog, but like it'll absorb stains. So even if you woke up in the middle of the night and had to piss, you could piss on the floor and it'll absorb it all. So that's something
Like that
nice.
one.
But I mean, obviously, you could shit on the floor
Yeah,
too,
'cause I
but you
can
still gotta
piss
wipe your
right now.
ass.
I love the idea of there's like some guy, he's like very mysterious. He has a hood or something. It's like, want to buy some magic artifacts? You can pee in this rug. It doesn't even get dirty. Here's
Yeah,
a
like,
I'm
couple-
what's
psyched
a-
we didn't run into him going in and out in Vegas.
Yeah, so it's gotta be.
I have a-
mild
I would
convenience.
love a pill that you just take or whatever, and you don't have to shower.
I think you
Not being
mentioned
able to
that
shower.
last week.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
Yep.
Like I would love it. I mean, like I don't mind showering, but like sometimes it's just like today after hockey, I did not want to fucking shower. I just want to sit down.
That'd be
and
like
just do nothing.
it'd be a magical shower. You just have to step into it and step out, and you're automatically clean. I guess.
I don't even know if I want that. I want a fucking pill that just all of a sudden I'm like I don't want to have to get up from my chair.
Yeah,
Okay.
instantly clean.
How
Yeah.
about- How about telepathy, but only like a foot from my body, or maybe 2 feet? So it's like things I can just hold. I can like pick up the microphone, put it here, and it'll just stay here, and I won't have to like hold it or anything. Just I always run out of surfaces. Just having the ability to hold a bunch of things near myself, that would be great. Except I would walk through a doorway and they would all get hit and fall off.
My lawn never growing, so I don't have to mow it.
There you go.
Right. Probably for me, it'd be taking the trash out or litter boxes.
Mm.
Litter boxes would be fucking crucial here.
You can buy self-cleaning litter boxes, but they're expensive.
Yeah, I don't have fucking $500.
Okay, he's got 11
You
cats.
could have a
dude.
magical litter You could have a magical litter box where when they go in, they just shit and it gets absorbed and it's gone.
Yeah.
And you never have to clean it. I thought it too of like a magical like garbage disposal where it can dispose anything. You just have to make sure that you get it small enough to fit it down there. So like if
The
you
Steve
take your
Buscemi wouldn't
TV,
fit.
huh?
Oh wait, it wasn't Steve Buscemi. There was a movie. I think it was Fargo.
Yeah, so
And-
that's Steve Buscemi.
Was it Steve Buscemi being put into the garbage disposal?
No, he's feeding somebody into it.
Okay. Yeah.
Not into the garbage disposal. It's a wood chipper.
Oh yeah. Into a wood chipper. My bad.
So
Great
like
movie.
you could grind up a TV in your garbage disposal, but you gotta break it down and be small enough. So essentially, you could put all your garbage in the garbage disposal as long as you broke it down into small enough pieces. So mild convenience.
Mild convenience. Yeah.
Fucking cats. Going nuts.
Trying to think of I like to solve problems, so this would be like it would just be a problem solved. Maybe
Minor convenience too. I've said a couple now, but is no buffering for streaming anything.
Yes.
Just
so
perfect
your
streaming
magic
quality.
power is good
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah. My magic power is
Perfect
perfect
internet.
cell signal.
Yeah, I have
Gotta
been frozen on
be
this.
at work and
fucking
fucking the hockey
Zooms.
game freeze, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no buffering.
I
works.
don't need this because no one's ever angry at me. But the ability to redirect people's anger towards something else.
Major convenience.
You could do whatever, I guess. Actually, you could like make somebody super angry, then be like, "How about them Giants? They suck, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm really angry at them for some reason."
I do like your one though, Ricky, about wanting to know when we're gonna run out of parts.
Yeah.
That is a nice one. I
There's
think
time-
about that a
there's times
lot.
Where, there's times where like I want or the ability to rearrange the day only at work though, so that all the downtime you can take all that downtime and stick it right at the end. So then like
I
you work
have
straight
one-
through, and then bam, you're done for the last 2 hours of the day.
It's a big thing, but it's a minor inconvenience. It's when you can go on your phone and it's like an app, but it's like a layout of your parking lot at work. And if there's open parking spots closer, you can just like tap your car and then tap the open spot and it moves your car for you.
I like that one.
Like, it
That
only
might be
moves,
possible
obviously
someday.
it's a minor, it's not going to be fucking possible. You're going to have like a crane all of a sudden appear there and pick up your car.
No,
The fuck you
self-driving-
talking about?
Yeah, it's the Teslas. You can have your
Yeah.
Tesla pull up to the front of the store for you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess I'm talking about just teleportation, but that
Right.
makes more sense.
Yeah, clearly. That's
That makes more sense.
teleportation. You know what I really hate? The time it takes for me to take my fork, grab my food, and put it towards my mouth. I just want the food to
That's why
teleport
I hover.
in. That's why you what?
I hover. My parents always said growing up, like even now, like that I eat my food like somebody's gonna take it. I like
You just
hover
gotta-
over it, and like I keep
just
my
do-
elbow, like my elbows are always on the tables because my arm doesn't have to move that high.
I just always did that so I didn't get any food on my lap. Eat
Yeah.
over my plate.
You know what? I've been finding a difficulty eating cereal lately without getting milk all over my beard, and like it makes me reconsider my entire life because it's like I've never had this issue, and
I got it
all
over
of a
my
sudden
shirt.
I get fucking milk everywhere.
I get it spilling on my shirt.
Those
So
bowls.
bad.
You gotta be
Oh,
careful.
yeah,
It's
those-
a square bowls.
Mhm.
All right, Jake, what do you got?
I have. If you could only have for the rest of your life, beer or milkshakes, what would it be?
Beer. I don't.
Like
I don't drink enough milkshakes to care.
You have to give up one.
You can give up one completely. You can never
Okay.
drink beer or you can never drink milkshakes.
Oh yeah,
I'll give up
beer. I'm
milkshakes.
picking beer. I'm drinking beer forever.
That's a tough one.
I was gonna say I'll give up beer, milkshakes. You can have milkshakes any time of the day. Perfectly fine. You can wake up. I mean, you can have beer too, I guess, if that's your thing. But like it's just right before bed or right when you wake up, and anywhere in between, you can have a milkshake.
We learned on this podcast
B.
you can get blackout drunk at 3 p.m. and it's fine.
Yes.
So
And B, I didn't say no alcohol.
Yeah.
I said
Put
no
alcohol
beer.
in it. Yeah, that's true.
So you can have like I like Captain Morgan and ginger ale. You can have that still or wine. It's just you can't have beer. No more Bud Lights. No more Blueberry Alacaville craft beer. Like no, that's wheat beer.
I
Like-
enjoy beer over those alcohols. Though. Even like
Yeah, I like beer better than liquor.
I agree. I
Yeah.
prefer beer as well.
Yeah.
But I love fucking milkshakes. Like I will gladly put my dick in it. It's just I can't give up milkshakes. I love it too much.
Okay.
I
I like a
can't
lot of.
remember
I love
the
it too
last
much
time
that I love milkshakes more than how I prefer beer over the other alcohols, I should say.
Yeah, that's fair. Milkshakes, you can get very specific. I would choose milkshakes as well, because beer has a very specific definition. It's like fermented wheat or something like that. I don't know the exact definition, but it has a very specific process you use to make it. Where milkshakes are a lot more general. It's like some kind of dairy or dairy-like thing, and it's like sweet
A flavor.
and a flavor. Yeah, that encompasses a lot of stuff. There's milkshakes that go crazy. You can get like milkshakes that have like steak in them and stuff, I'm sure.
Get bacon milkshakes from Five Guys.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's tough because I enjoy beer, but I think I would give up beer just because there is other options. You can drink wine. You can drink Snoop wine, and you can put Snoop wine in a milkshake.
That's right. Then my other question is, what is your favorite restaurant of all time? Like favorite place to eat at? I will say my answer is not because of the food. And I gotta find this place.
Is it Shenanigans?
No.
Love all the flair.
It's because it's called Bella's. It's in Clayton, which is an area of 1,000 Islands in New York. And it's because it's literally right on the water. You can just see a bunch of the islands. You can see the boats going by. Like it's the area. The food, it was breakfast food, and I'm not much of a breakfast person, but it had really good breakfast food. But like, well, at least the time we went, obviously. But it's not the greatest food I've ever had, but just the location was prime location.
Oh, that's tough. That's cool though.
is
That's a
tough.
good reason. That's a neat.
That's
Yeah,
like I
sure.
thought about Genesee Brewery because of it being right there on the water, the river there. That dirty,
Beautiful Genesee. River.
brown water. But that's what made me lead to Bella's. I forgot about Bella's. I love that location. I love being on the water. But
That's tough because there's
Well,
like.
now I gotta.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, okay. That's tough because I like to segment and like categorize my food. Like I have a bunch of Indian places that I can compare to each other, a bunch of Chinese food places, a bunch of American food or whatever. It's really hard to like pick a favorite because I'm usually like, what kind of food do I want? Then I pick a restaurant based on that rather than like, what restaurant do I want?
yeah,
There's not a lot of places that I like
right.
because of the restaurant. So that does leave like locations that are pleasant to eat as one of the more important qualities. So there's a place near us on the river that's kind of nice. There's another place I went to in Jersey on the ocean that was really cool, but I don't remember the name of. They had really good fish too.
What was that barbecue place that closed down?
Smoke on the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
They had,
and there,
They had goldfish and its baked beans.
fire in the skies. It's a preview for Sean's misread lyrics game.
If I were to choose food, if I would choose a restaurant for food,
That's not what I asked.
yeah, I know.
Favorite restaurant.
I'm trying to think of places that I've been to that look nice. There's weird. A few in Tampa.
Would you eat at a place that all of the decor was just mirrors?
No.
It freaked me the fuck out, dude. I hate going in those fun houses.
That would like, how many of me are there?
Yeah, I don't like to look at myself, man. I had a year off.
My
Yeah.
no
I
gym
just
really
said
that
how I
big.
have hard time eating cereal. Like, I don't want to see all the milk all over me.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
You can think about it. I mean, you know, Sean, you can do your questions and come back to the answers.
I'm out of questions.
No questions.
No, I got
That,
nothing.
that's our last question.
Leaving us on a fucking cliffhanger.
Yeah.
My chin is sufficiently scratched.
What would I
I should have asked us before this so we had time to think about
Yeah,
it.
this is a tough one. It's like choosing.
It is tough.
Child.
That's why, like, that 10 minutes I was just staring off. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
To me, location was key. I love location. Like, food is obviously nice, but like, I'm a very simplistic eater, so like, I can go anywhere and figure something out to eat.
Yeah.
But it's just the location and like, what does it bring? Like, I thought about the restaurant I went to in Florida that was right on the beach, and like, that was nice, but like, you couldn't, because of the grass, how high it was on the sand dunes, you couldn't see the ocean. So like, that was a knock against it.
Even something that I'm kind of coming back. There was a restaurant, I forgot what it was called, but we were at Port Royal in Orlando. And something that it had in a very similar place would be Del Lago, the sports book at Del Lago, where you sit there and you just eat, and there's giant TVs with sports on. I remember at the place that we were at in Orlando, it was game one of the World Series between last year, Houston and
Dodgers?
Yeah. And we were watching that on the big TV, eating sushi restaurant. Fucking stellar, but also, yeah, like Del Lago having just giant TVs. Del Lago's got stellar food too. Like, I enjoy.
Yeah, they did have good food.
The first time I ever went to Buffalo Wild Wings too was game one, 2000 and maybe 2012 or 13. I remember it was the Cardinals and the Red Sox game one World Series. And I'd never been to Buffalo Wild Wings. And we went inside the bar, and this fucking place is amazing.
That
So-
place, man, like, I remember going with Kyle and his dad and sister, and like, us having to wait to find a table. Now it's just like empty all the fucking time.
Is it? I'm not surprised.
That was the one that was on transit that's not even there anymore.
yeah.
DoorDash, man. DoorDash is ruining the indoor experience.
It is, honestly.
But
I don't have any cool specific places like you guys. Like,
Me, like Tully's, like with the TV.
That's what I was gonna say. Tully's was my answer.
Popcorn,
Tully's, the thing that I love about Tully's is going in and like, I
table.
always feel better when I get a table that's got some bitchin' fucking cards on it.
Yeah.
Yep, same
Like,
here.
there's-
Who do I know
So
here?
like Tully's, for the people that aren't in Western New York, is a sports bar restaurant, and like the table have sports cards all throughout, and usually it's a theme with baseball, football, hockey, yada yada yada. And so it is fun to, like, especially with us being in Western New York, look for, you know, who wears the Buffalo Bills or whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
who's on here, what Buffalo Sabres are here.
Yep.
The first time, I should really give Tully's more credit, but I never really think about it. But the first time,
They're delicious. They got
I love
really good
Tully's.
food too.
yeah, the
miss
first
Tully's.
time I ever went to Tully's, and I know where the table is because I've gotten a table multiple times. But I remember the first time I ever got it, we sat down, and one of the first cards I saw was Deacon Jones, which I don't know if you guys know who Deacon Jones is.
I know the name.
He's my favorite all-time football player. He's the guy that coined the name the quarterback sack. That was his deal. Like, he would literally hit offensive linemen in the head to get around him because it was the 70s, so it didn't matter back then. But he created the quarterback sack, and it was that he was on the table the first time I went to Tully's. And every time,
Cool.
there's a lot of times we'll go there and I get that table. I'm like, man, I should give Tully's more credit than I do.
Tully's got really good food. I love
Yep.
Tully's.
Yeah,
I order
actually.
Tully's probably.
whether it's going there or getting it delivered, probably once every other week.
And they sell Genesee, which not all places do in Buffalo.
I would say another restaurant that I really enjoyed was Margaritaville in Vegas, and obviously it was fun because, you know, the company we had, the of the three of us, and Kyle being
I think I ordered fish
inebriated,
tacos.
we'll just say that. But like also find out like they had a lot of like games, like they had the giant beer pong upstairs. If we went upstairs, like they had
Did
the
they?
yeah. We just didn't go up there, so it's just like it was a part of the restaurant that we just didn't go exploring to.
Yeah, they have first time I had Margaritaville, which is I do love Margaritaville. They have it at whatever it's the Disney version of the free area for Disney. What was it called?
Disney Springs.
Yeah, so it's called City Walk in Orlando. They have one there in Margaritaville, and that's actually where the Margaritaville has their own radio station. The DJ is there at that one, and he does live.
Oh, like the one that's on Sirius?
Yeah, he does live
no
radio
shit.
right from the center of the thing.
That's
I
cool.
got super fucked up. I love Margaritaville. You can
I got
get-
super fucked up at the one across the border in Clifton Hill.
Yeah, you could get
That's fucking
you
great
get
time
fully
over there.
loaded land sharks where they have it's a shot of tequila that goes into the land
Mhm.
shark.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
See, I'll drink tequila that way when it's mixed with something. I
Yeah.
can't drink tequila straight.
So tasty.
Yeah, oh,
All right,
dude, I did
Kyle,
the
do
same
you have
thing.
a restaurant?
Yeah, I'll just go quickly because somebody has to poop. So I'm trying to think of food that reminds people of poop, but I can't think of anything that's appetizing. Just chocolate ice cream coming out of the thing. There's an all-you-can-eat sushi place I went to though, and it was in New Jersey. You could bring your own alcohol, and it was so good. It was funny because they don't want you to waste food. So as you go on, you order food, and sometimes they just don't bring you stuff, and it's fine because you can just order more. But I thought it was funny. But it was just cool having all you can eat sushi. Try a bunch of new types of sushi. It's fun.
Sean, you got any?
Sushi.
Just Tully's.
Tully's, you saying?
Yeah.
All right.
That and I had Grover's. I don't know if you guys ever been to Grover's. I always
I've
like that.
not
Just-
yet gone to Grover's.
It's a cool little
Muppet.
kind
Burger
of
joint.
burger joint, dive bar-ish place. But I always remember I used to go there with my parents. One, if you do go, it may have changed now. It's been a long
Cash
time,
only.
but it was always cash only. I think they had an ATM in there,
Yes.
but it was always cash only. But they had a jukebox, and I used to always go there. And my parents had this album that we used to listen to it at home, and it was on this jukebox. And I used to play this one song on there because I knew it had a hidden track. And it would play, and then 3 minutes after the song ended, while the song is still going, the hidden track would come up, and everybody be like, "Who the fuck is talking?" And it's Bare Naked Ladies did a live album the one year, and when they did the last song on the album was "If I Had $1 Million." Well, at the end of the song, there's like a 2 or 3 minute dead space, and then it starts. The main singer starts telling a story about where the concert was and him having an interaction with a lady that he incorporates in the song earlier in the song. But I always used to play that song every time I went.
Just freak out
Nice.
the patrons.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
That's funny.
That's all I got.
All right.
Here's the big kitty. This is the mama of the mamas.
Wow.
Mama.
It's mama.
Mama.
Okay, now she's stopped.
She's been fucked the most.
No, she's only been fucked once. Yeah. She's my baby girls. Okay. Bye, baby.
Okay.
You all right, Rick?
She's only been fucked once.
He's got close tabs on their sex life.
It was very virile, apparently.
Well, I don't know when she was fucked. She's the one that had the original cats that I adopted.
There was only once, though.
I got her fixed before the other ones could fuck her.
Remember to spay and neuter your pets.
Yep. All right, folks. You guys got anything else?
No.
Alfalfa. All right.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.